I were married on the same day. I was married to Soren Doyle, a fire captain, and Juliet was married to Zach Lannon, who worked as a cop. As our husbands were childhood friends, we decided to buy neighboring apartments in the same unit. Not long after the wedding, Juliet and I got pregnant. 10 days away from my due date, a fire broke out in my apartment. My place was filled with heavy smoke. The smoke triggered my contractions, and blood trickled down my legs. I could feel myself slowly losing consciousness. After some fumbling, I managed to reach my husband on the phone, only to be yelled at in annoyance. "What's wrong with you, Eliza?" Soren snapped at me. "Why did you have to call me when I'm on duty?" "Did you know Jenna was tied on the rooftop by the suspect? Her life is literally hanging by a thread. You always cause so much trouble." After the harrowing incident, Juliet hurriedly called up her husband. Just like me, she was being scolded by Zach. "What's wrong with you and your sister? Can you stop disturbing me at work when we're working hard on arresting Jenna's abductor? Soren and I must have been fools to have married you and Eliza." With that, Zach hung up on her. "My baby didn't make it. I gave birth to a stillborn on my way to the hospital." He hung up without giving me the chance to explain myself. I tried to call again, but he had turned off his phone. Just when I thought I was close to dying, it was Juliet who ran into the fire and carried me to safety on her back. However, she suffered symptoms of miscarriage after rescuing me. The security guard told me that they suspected the fire was an act of arson, as the wires in the electrical room were deliberately cut into half. Yet, Soren cared more about Jenna's fear of heights than the asthma I developed in my pregnancy. I could barely breathe in the suffocating smoke and dropped my phone a few times. My yellow maxi dress was drenched in blood from my contractions, but Soren didn't pick up my calls. Just when I was about to faint, he finally answered. "Soren, my stomach, it hurts. Save me." My voice was frail and punctured with short gasps, but all I could hear from the other end was Jenna's tearful cries. "Soren, it's too dangerous up here. I'm begging you, don't save me." My heart sank when I heard Jenna's voice. As the flames leaped the apartment, Soren didn't hesitate to yell at me. "What hurt? You complain about the pain all the time. You make it look like you have a more difficult pregnancy than everyone else." He added, "You're not a princess, so stop acting like one. I'm going on my mission now. Stop calling me." Little did he know that I'd lost consciousness a few times when he spoke to me. Voice hoarse, I still yelled into the phone, "No, I'm bleeding." Suddenly, I heard Jenna's piercing scream from the other end. "Soren, I'm scared." Soren's patience had one theme. He barked, "That means you're in labor. I'm sure you don't need me to teach you about that. Why did you have to call me when I'm on duty?" Jenna's now tied on the rooftop by her abductor. She is fighting for her life. "You're always so dramatic. Just call the doctor for help. I'm not your midwife." I had lost all my strength listening to his rant. I dropped the phone to the floor and closed my eyes as tears of despair stained my cheeks. Quietly, I waited for the Grim Reaper to arrive. But Juliet showed up at the last minute. 5 months pregnant, she covered my face with a wet towel and carried me down 13 flights of stairs. However, she held her belly and grimaced after she placed me on the floor. Unlike me, Juliet had lost her child to an emergency abortion. "Elsie, I'm in so much pain." Juliet was resting in the bed next to mine. Tears rolled down her pale cheeks. Her eyes had lost their sparkle. She murmured, "I'm not just in pain. I'm heartbroken too." Her words were gut-wrenching. I couldn't think of how to comfort her because I overheard Zach's voice in the background of my phone call with Soren. From the sounds of it, he was gently comforting Jenna. How ridiculous. Juliet and I thought we married for love, but our husbands made a joke out of us. At that moment, Juliet received a call from Zach. He snapped at her. "Is this what they call baby brain? I told you many times to stay away from that vicious sister of yours. You're not listening, are you?" Zach further explained, Jenna was involved in a scary and mysterious abduction. If Soren made a mistake in the rescue mission, she would have fallen off the building. Eliza knew that, and that's why she timed her call to when Soren was rescuing Jenna, hoping that Jenna would fall to her death. You're going to be like Eliza if you hang out with her all the time. One day, if you get into serious trouble, I promise I'm gonna arrest the both of you and give you the worst sentence possible. He immediately hung up on Juliet after chastising her. She didn't have a chance to explain herself before he blocked her number. Elsie, why is this happening to me? Juliet asked. Even if he had some misunderstanding about me, he should have asked me about a baby. He hasn't been home for a month now. She sobbed as she gently placed a hand on her belly. Soon, her oxygen mask misted over. Her short breaths felt like a stab to my heart. I'm sorry, Jules. It's all my fault. I covered my face in regret as I sobbed uncontrollably, each other for strength, as our parents passed away when we were young. We took care of each other. She was precious to me, and it would hurt me to see her in any form of pain. I couldn't believe that I dragged her into the mess due to my poor judgment of character. It was one thing for me to marry Soren, but I shouldn't have introduced Zach to my sister. They wouldn't have gotten married if it weren't for me. At the end of the day, we gave our all to our husbands. We even went through the challenges of pregnancy, only to be manipulated by Soren and Zach as they vied for Jenna's attention. Juliet let out a sudden snicker as her sobs grew heavier. I looked up and saw her raising her phone for me to see. She showed me the photo of a topless Soren with a rope tied around his waist. Jenna rested in his arms as they were lowered to the ground, and Zach, dressed in a police uniform, rushed over to them. The photo was really dramatic. Caught in the middle of two handsome men, Jenna looked like a frightened princess being saved by her knights in shining armor. The photo was from the tweet Jenna just posted. She even added a rather suggestive caption. If I had to choose again, should I pick the firefighter or the cop? Comments flooded into her tweet. I want to eat my cake and have it too. Oh, just kill me. I could make up an entire Wattpad story just from the caption alone. I need the three of them married right away. I flashed a bitter and painful smile when I noticed the rings on Jenna's necklace. Her rings and Soren and Zach's wedding rings were couple rings. I thought all four of us shared the exact same rings as a testament to our relationships. But Jules, your ring and mine are the man style. Elsie, that's ridiculous. Juliet started crying again, her voice trembling in pain. I struggled to get up and took her phone away. Then, I gently patted her on the back to soothe her, just like I did when we were younger. Oh, Jules, let's forget about this for now. We have to get better, first and foremost. We should put a stop to our losses before it's too late. I choked a sob as I comforted Juliet. It was so unfair. Before Juliet and I were married, we were unaware of Jenna's existence. Yet, we had to suffer because of her. She and our husbands had made us the audience to their flirting. Elsie, just how much do they resent us? They're avoiding us like the plague. Juliet lamented self-deprecatingly. After a few days of rest, she looked more energetic. However, she soon began to tear up. I lovingly caressed her hair and said to her, my voice choking up, Don't you worry. I'll think of a way to get us both out of here. We'll live our lives freely, never dating, never marrying, and never getting pregnant again. After some deliberation, I believed that hiring an attorney was the easiest way to handle the issue. Soren and Zach would definitely understand that Juliet and I were serious about the divorce. We were determined to see it through. They wouldn't dismiss it and thought we were just kicking up a fuss. But the attorney called me to vent. Miss Kent, I cannot take on you and your sister's cases. What kind of men did you marry? They're basically hooligans who broke the chairs when they heard your names. Gangsters like them shouldn't be working as public servants. I've refunded the attorney fees. I'm sorry, I can't help you two. With that, the divorce attorney hung up on me. At the same time, I received a call from Soren, who had unblocked me. Eliza, can you be normal for once? I blocked you for a good reason. If all women were as jealous as you and Juliet, it would be disastrous. How dared you get a divorce attorney to show up at my workplace and Zach's office to make a scene? We're so unlucky to marry you and your sister. Once again, he hurled humiliating insults at me. Gritting my teeth, I let out an angry scoff. That seemed to have set him off. He barked, "What are you laughing at? I will divorce you, even when you're pregnant."